Alright, what do we have going on here? This is an interesting hand. I wish I knew what I was up against, because against certain decks, this strikes me as a really good hand to have. It allows me to cast the Absorb, the Kaya. If we draw into more land, we're pretty set up for the mid-game. Not having an Ascanta in my hand doesn't feel good, but it... Like, again, I wish I knew the matchup. This is a risk, like choosing whether or not to keep a hand is most times, but I'm going to keep it, and we'll see what happens. We have to play these two first since they enter tapped, because if we played it in an island, we wouldn't have the mana available in order to play the Absorb or the Kaya on turn 3 like we would need to. So we are going to play those two dual lands first and get some relatively unlucky draws, actually. It's unlikely the Absorb is going to be needed this early in the game, so I'm going to Thought Erasure him just to see what he has, and it's a bunch of kind of scary stuff. I don't like this card. It kind of really fucks everything against me. Because the only like massive board clears I have are the Kaya's Wraths in my deck. But he has 2 in hand, so it doesn't really matter. Vraska's is a little scary because it can get rid of my Planeswalkers, so we're going to go ahead and control for that. The next card off the top is a land, so we'll keep it. Enter that tapped. And we'll kind of just keep rolling through things here. As long as I don't kill that creature, he has no reason to play... Alright, never mind. It's slightly annoying, but, you know. I've been seeing this black... I've run into this black deck, black and white Swarm deck now a couple of times. And when I say a couple, I mean like 8 or 9 times on the ladder the last couple of days, and I have no idea why. I have no idea why. I don't know why it's suddenly here doing things. This is not great. I kind of just want to get to Eldest Reborn. I'm certainly not going to Vraska's either of these. I mean, Kaya's Wrath is an option, but he would need to have run out both of his grave... Like, both of his grave diggers need to be in the grave in order for me to feel safe doing that. So we'll just pass the turn and hope to God that we draw a land next turn, because if we don't draw a land next turn, our options become less and less attractive, significantly less attractive as time goes on. Beautiful. Go ahead and pay 2 life, and we'll slap down the Eldest Reborn. This will get the ball rolling on him having to play his grave. As long as I can get everything out of his hand, as in the 2 Gravekeepers, then we're okay-ish. But it doesn't feel good if that's not the case. I hope he plays one this turn. Even then, this little bastard's going to keep coming back, so it's not looking great either way. The Gravediggers really disrupt the board clears. So it's a good deck against control decks like mine that run limited board clears. Another Harpy. Okay, so now we can do something a little cute. We can play Kaya and get the 2 creatures out of his graveyard. completely.
I faced undead horrors. This is child's play.
Get the 2 life back. Hello! Long time no see. And it's not going particularly well. I'm having surgery on May 28th. The last couple of months have been difficult for me.
Well done. Look to see me no more.
So she's obviously going to come back this next turn. Oh, there's a Teferi, though. She's going to come back, obviously.
I'll phase through anything that's...
And I don't know what to do here. I can Kaya's Wrath. I think that's what I do? Yeah, that's what I do. I absolutely Kaya's Wrath, because this isn't going to go into the graveyard. These will go into the graveyard, and they'll be removed immediately, so he gets no value out of his Gravediggers whatsoever. And it clears his board. So we play Kaya's Wrath first. You better not have a counter to it, or I swear to God. We then use Kaya to kick those out of his graveyard, get the 2 life back, so we go back up to 14. And now he has no value out of the Gravediggers in his hand. This card really disrupts. I don't like it. That's annoying. That's very annoying. Do I mortify this? Not drawing any lands is sucking, but he's not drawing any lands either, it looks like, so to each their own as far as that's concerned. I don't know if he's going to have Planeswalkers in his deck. If he does, it's probably something like a Karn. I don't think he's going to be running any enchantments. But I'm going to feel dumb if he is. We'll Vraska's Contempt this. And we will go ahead and get rid of the Vraskas in his graveyard just in case he tries any weird funny shit with that. Okay, yeah, so he finally was like, well, if I'm not going to get any value out of these, then I might as well pitch them. I need a land, though. That's the problem, is I really need a land. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to mortify that. We're going to play the +1 on that. We only have 2 mana left open, so we're going to Thought Erasure and get his other Gravedigger. And get his other Gravedigger. I should have cast that first. Fuck. Mistake. Mistakes were made. I do have pretty shitty luck when it comes to that. It is absolutely true. Yes, it's absolutely true. It's on my back, however. The surgery is on my back, so you will understand perhaps how that may go. God, what do I do here? Do I play Teferi? I feel like I play Teferi, because that's just a lot of threats on the board, but Dovin's Acuity is going to come in handy never, actually. It would get me card draw. Okay, so I feel like we go ahead and do that, and then we present Teferi on the board as well. Because now it's actually a difficult choice. We've given him a difficult choice in what to attack next. And we will untap... What are we untapping? We've got... we're untapping 2 blue, so we have Absorb up. It's fine. There's nothing that I can really do about that. Right now, anyway. Hallelujah. Take that out. This is getting... He's got a lot of cards in exile, so this is getting a little... for him. It really is. We'll play the Dovin's Acuity. Very nice. We got a Mortify off of that. That's very nice, actually. We'll go ahead and cast the Teferi's +1. We have a Chemister's Insight, not bad. We are going to play the Mortify on the Vampire Sovereign here. We will untap what? There's nothing really that I can play with 2 mana, so... Okay.
Skip to the good part.
Yeah, lots of fun, of course. I can enter tapped. I feel like I just run out Nezahal right now. Because even if he seals it away... Maybe not. I don't care about this 1 damage guy here. I really don't. I feel like we just get more cards out of his graveyard into his exile pile. And eventually he has to start being, like, really scared. I will Chemister's Insight. Actually, we'll Dovin's Acuity. Thought Erasure. Yeah, that's not happening. That can go into the bin. We'll get to untap 2 lands so that we'll have Chemister's Insight available. We'll have Chemister's Insight available to cast at the end of his turn before we take ours. And if I were him, I would be very concerned about the fact that I'm about to have 10 on Kaya, because that means 2 turns in a row I can blast him in the face for 10 points of damage.
Time for plan B, as soon as I think of one.
Interesting. Okay, this gets a little weird now.
You know what? I'm not done yet.
There's a Vraska's. Okay. Alright. Here's what we're gonna do. Then we're going to Mortify her. Those will come back into our hand. We'll go ahead and remove those from his graveyard. Exiled. Unreachable. I hope. And then we're not going to play anything else. We'll get to untap lands, which is good. What do we have open right now? Pretty good stuff. We'll untap those, I think. And we will discard... Isolated Chapel.
Want me to phase you out of time?
I really don't want to Vraska's Contempt this, but I feel like I have to. I don't know. It's weird, because the way we win the game is getting him up to 8, and we're just going to keep trading back and forth. But there's also this little problem here for him. So let's go ahead and start this. He has to be worried about this.
Sometimes things come back to haunt.
He has to be. That's just how that goes. What is this? You know, when you enter the exiled target tapped creature an opponent controls, which we could counter with Absorb. But then he also has Murder. And we have no way to deal with Murder. Let's do this. Unmoored Ego. Unmoored Ego.
Hold that thought.
I don't even know what to do with Unmoored Ego, because I have no idea what the fuck that is in this guy's deck. Like, I don't know. I play this game almost every day. Okay, now he's like, okay, this has got to stop. He's like, oh my god, I actually lose the game here pretty soon, don't I? Go ahead, buddy, have at it. It's all yours. I play this game almost every day. I don't stream it very often. And I think this is kind of always what it was gonna take for me to get into Magic. It was gonna be something like this, you know, like it was going to be this kind of presentation for the game. Like that's what it was gonna take. All right, you know what? We're done with this. We're done with it. But I enjoy it. I enjoy it a lot, and I think, like, tabletop Magic for me was always, it was just too scrupulous, you know, like, it took forever. I didn't like the fact that you would have to care for your physical cards, and they could get damaged, and you, like, after having worked at a game store, too, I think that was the right call, because let me tell you, man, there are some, as you know, there are some fucking weird people and, like, mean people that play tabletop Magic that, you knowing me and knowing what I'm all about, would know that that's just, that's a recipe for a certain kind of, thing to happen. Yeah. Do I want to play Unmoored Ego here? The problem is I just don't know what he's going to have in his deck that's scary. Like, yeah, okay, cool, you have all these creatures, but where's your big guy? Or is it literally just a Black Swarm deck that has white creatures with gain life? Like, I don't understand. Don't understand what's happening, man. Oh! Very curious. I think I'll hold on to that. He's also been completely and totally just mana fucked this entire game. It feels like pretty much half of his deck left should just be land. We'll cycle out the Chemist's Insights by discarding the other Chemist's Insight. We drew 2 lands. We have drawn 3 lands. Okay. We have a lot of lands. We're going to +1 her so that next turn we can get some stuff out of my graveyard. Don't need those. I just want to be able to blast him in the face next turn. It does hurt my feelings slightly that...
We need to move quickly.
so many lands. Yeah, I don't think they have a bomb worth Unmoored Ego as well. I don't think they have anything. And if they do, they have nothing on the board right now. So, like, I can just Eldest Reborn and it's dead. Don't. If you have a Vraska's Contempt, I swear to God. Okay. That's actually slightly annoying. Fucking search for Escanta. I only have 17 cards in my deck, so this has got to get dealt with fast. You know what I'm saying? 14. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so here's the plan. Please resolve. Okay, that's going to resolve. Boom, done. That's going to resolve, which is fine. We're going to get that out of his graveyard. And then I'm not going to Kaya's Wrath this turn. I'm going to try and bait any... I don't know what these are. But I think one of them is a creature. And I would absolutely love the opportunity to get her to, like, have the game in the bag here. So, 2 damage on either of these isn't going to kill me right now. So I'm going to pass the turn, hope that he plays another creature. Or at least draws another creature and then plays another creature. And to your other point about seeing the appeal of the game, but not really doing anything for you, that's totally fine. I completely understand. Completely.
That one actually got through.
Okay, he's not playing anything. It's a land.
Now it's dearly departed.
No time for a break.
He has Settle the Wreckage. He has Luminous Bonds. That's a problem. He also has 19 cards in his graveyard now, so he's dead. Or his exile pile. He's dead now. I wasn't sure if he was running enough copies of that to give me lethal. I thought he maybe only had like maybe 2 because it's such a creature-heavy deck. So him having game, no, don't. I was about to win. Game, did you just crash? Man. Reconnect, quick, reconnect. I have to win the video game, please. No!
This isn't a fight
Glad
you
to be.
can win.
Your problems are
What happened? Is it my turn? Did I win? Alright. I finished the game with 73 life. Nothing to see here.